Good morning. I'm Lindsay Ross, reporting from the center of the Mojave Desert in Southern California at 1306 UTC. That's just after 6 a.m. Pacific time. And there's the sun rising behind me. And yesterday was the first day I tried doing random YouTube videos. And I got a comment on one. It was just short. I did something just for a few seconds and I turned it off because I didn't know what I was doing. And somebody in Russia saw it and they commented, Paul Newman? Question mark. Paul Newman. And that's surprising because when I was young and so good looking, I thought I looked, I did. And other people, even my mom said, yeah, I look somewhat like Paul Newman, famous actor, famous American actor, an auto racer who passed away maybe 20 years ago. But so it's nice to receive comments, compliments, flattery. Yeah. Okay, so sun is rising. There is the flat top 59 Cadillac DeVille. And I'll turn around and see what we have here. And these are some other cars of the Mojave Motor Museum collection. Let's look at the Studebaker here. This is the 1951 Studebaker Commander Starlight. It's the Commander series and the Starlight model. And that means it's got this window. This is the first wraparound window. Now many cars have a window that's sort of wraps around, but this one totally wraps around so that the back window also serves as a side window. See, and I purchased it in 2003 in Plainview, Texas. It was just out in a field. A guy was selling a few old cars, and I picked it up there. And from things I found inside it, I gathered. Oh yeah, here's Texas Tech. See that Texas Tech decal. And so I gather it was owned by a Texas Tech student. And now, if you can see this here, that's a window decal from Fenton. And it says, "More power to you from Fenton." And the cartoon car in there has dual headlights. So that has to be from after 1958, when dual headlights were introduced. So my belief is that a Texas Tech student, this was his hot rod in around 1960, when the car was maybe 10 years old. Oh, and this, according to the serial number, this was built at assembled at the plant in Vernon, California, what they called their Los Angeles plant. And they had plants in Los Angeles, Hamilton, Ontario, and South Bend, Indiana, of course, the home of the Studebaker Corporation. And other information I found in the car suggests that it spent time in Stockton, California, which is way up north. So it was built in California, spent some years in California, and then got to Texas and it was owned by a student there, and just was passed around in West Texas until I brought it back home to California. And it's pretty much complete. I've disassembled it somewhat. I've got all the parts, so it's quite rebuildable. And it's significant because the V8 engine, yeah, the Studebaker V8 engine, introduced this year in 1951. I've read commentary on it that it's the best engine ever, the best V8 engine ever, for its forgivingness for abuse. So better than the Ford Flathead, better than the Chevy 350, Chevy small block, the Studebaker V8. And they use this engine from 51 through the 60s in the Avanti. And Andy Granatelli, put a supercharger on it. By the way, the superchargers were built by Paxton in Santa Monica, California. And the little plant, well, the shop, really, it was on Olympic Boulevard. It was still there when I came here in the 70s. Paxton. It was owned by Studebaker. So, the Avanti had this V8 engine with a Paxton belt-driven blower on it. And Andy Granatelli got one up to 180 miles per hour at Bonneville. So there you go. Okay. So the sun is rising. That means I'm going into the shade now. Thank you for joining me. Good morning.